Welcome to the highlight show and the last day of the season. All four sides at the foot of the table can stay up, but only Norwich can control their own fate. A win and they're safe. West Brom could be the first Barclays English Premier League side to avoid the drop after being bottom at Christmas if they beat Portsmouth and the other three sides above them fail to win. A defeat or draw for Brian Robson's side and they'll be relegated. Crystal Palace were the bookies' favourites for the drop at the start of the season. If they can beat Charlton and the other three fail to win, the Eagles will stay in the top flight. If Norwich drop points, then Ian Dowie's men could stay up, even if Southampton beat Manchester United. But it will be down to goal difference in the end. Surely the Saints face the toughest task of the lot. Harry Redknapp's side must overcome Manchester United and then hope that Norwich don't win. Even a draw might be enough if results go their way. But then with top scorer Peter Crouch suspended, they were up against it. We begin though at Craven Cottage, where Nigel Worthington's side held their Premier League fate in their own hands. If Norwich could manage their first away win of the season, they'd be safe. It would be a remarkable achievement. They've been in the relegation zone since New Year's Day, but 13 points from 6 games has pulled them clear, leaving them in pole position. Fulham were without the suspended Leroy Rossignol, but they were buoyed by the return of Papa Bouba Diop. Norwich at full strength after Adam Jury and Youssouf Safri overcame injuries. Dean Ashton, with 7 goals in just 15 games, will be vital. Could the 6,000 travelling Canary fans see their team survive and seal the fate of others? At Craven Cottage for us, Peter Drury and former Norwich captain Andy Townsend.
It is a day to play and to pray. 6 weeks ago, Norwich didn't seem to have a prayer. They'd just been thumped at Highbury. There were 7 games to go. They were 7 points from safety. What has happened since is something like an incomplete miracle. Ashton. He's done well to win it and played into Mackenzie. Out by Van der Sar. It came to Huckabee! Deflection off Volts. And behind for a corner.
What an effort that was. Terrific stop as well. It's a great ball in. Terrific flying punch from Barmorte. Huckabee does the right thing. He settles it. He has the shot. It's deflected behind.
Lobron. Clark. Radzinski. Neatly away from Drury, running at Fleming and playing it in for McBride! A knife to Norwich hearts! Brian McBride with the first goal of this most nervy afternoon. And Norwich and Nigel Worthington are behind on their trebles again, this time maybe critically.
I tell you what, it's very easy. That was Steve Malbron who actually got the move going. It's nicely played inside from Radzinski. It's a great run from McBride, but it's not the best of defending. It really isn't.
News of that goal seemed to give Southampton a lift against Manchester United. With Norwich losing, the Saints could save themselves.
Henri Camara. And Camara's done well. He's got a corner.
Yeah, better play from Southampton, putting down that right-hand side. Good ball into Camara. He got turned very quickly and got after it. And he's ended up winning his side a corner.
Higginbotham is poised in the D. Here comes Lassau's kick. Oh, and it's in! Southampton have the goal they wanted. Nigel Quasi wheels away in celebration.
It's fizzed in, lots of bodies coming across. I think it's ended up coming off of John O'Shea in the end. I thought Quasi just got across the face of him and got a touch on it, but I think he just misses it, hits John O'Shea and goes into the back of the net.
Southampton have just lifted themselves out of the bottom 3. Brown. Fortune. Rooney. Smith. Now Giggs. In by O'Shea. And there's the equaliser from Darren Fletcher. Towering header. Deflating moment for Southampton.
There you see on the left-hand side, checks back in onto that right foot, and that's a great cross, and he just gets the run on Danny Higginbotham. Just meets it at the top of his jump, glancing header into that far post.
With Fulham A goal up on Norwich, Southampton are still in 17th place.
Which means they would still avoid relegation if Ian Dowie's Crystal Palace didn't win at Charlton.
Bartlett. Kishishev. Good move here. Hughes. Can he make it 1-0? Oh, yes, he can! Off the post! Charlton's first real attack, and they have scored through Brian Hughes. That is a hammer blow for Crystal Palace.
What I like about this goal is the run that he makes from a wide area. Comes narrow, receives the ball, takes possession, needs the post, but it's a brilliant finish.
So although it's looking bad for Palace, the door's beginning to open for West Brom, the bottom club. But how are they doing against Portsmouth? Few chances for either side in the first half, but Kieran Richardson put Robert Earnshaw in a great position. Desperately nervous times for the Baggies, but as Brian Robson had been telling them all week, stay calm, keep your head. Meanwhile at Fulham, things weren't going at all well for Norwich City. They'd attacked with confidence. They'd had a goal disallowed, 2 penalty appeals turned down before they conceded this free kick for a challenge on Luis Boimorte. They really were up against it at this stage. Robert Green had to have his angles exactly right.
It's John. Oh, it's wonderful. That is one terrific free kick. And it leaves Norwich in a very, very nasty predicament.
It is a sensational free kick. I don't think there's a goal in the world that would have got it. It's whipped over with pace and it's so accurate. Robert Green guessed right. He knew where Diop was wanting to put it. And that is very, very cruel if you're a Norwich fan.
Cruel for Norwich maybe, but very encouraging for Southampton. At half-time they were safe, with Crystal Palace losing and West Brom drawing and still bottom. Second half, back at Craven Cottage.
Bronx corner. Up in the air by Holt. And out by Fleming. And lashed back in, 3-0! And now Norwich are utterly dependent on others. It is a fabulous hit from Zat Knight, and it takes the game surely even beyond the most optimistic Canary as the tears well up.
Not a dry eye in the house, but no tears yet for Crystal Palace, but they were still behind.
Charlton fans basking in the sunshine and, despite their bad recent run, very much in the comfort zone. Well, this has fallen behind for Freeman. Wonderful chance for Palace. Dougie Freeman has done it. He's put Crystal Palace level with only his second touch of the ball. How about that for an inspired substitution?
Well, it was needed, and it couldn't have fallen to a calmer player than Dougie Freeman. He took his time and made it look so easy. Kylie off his line. It's an easy opportunity for Dougie Freeman. It can't be missed. But you don't expect him to miss with this. Plenty to aim for. Calmness personified, and an easy finish for Dougie Freeman.
They now need Manchester United to win at Southampton. And for West Bromwich Albion not to win against Portsmouth.
At the Hawthorns, West Brom were going for broke, bringing on an extra striker, Jeff Horsfield, who hadn't scored at home this season.
I wouldn't be surprised if they go a little bit more direct as well. You've got Horsfield and Campbell up there. Earnshaw has been a little bit ineffective, but he has that ability to get between the forceful duo of Campbell and Horsfield and maybe pick up some bits and pieces. Guerra gets it across, Campbell and Horsfield! Would you credit it? He's been on the field a matter of seconds, and the substitute Jeff Horsfield with his first goal here in 13 months may be West Brom's saviour on Survival Sunday. What a strike, and how important is that going to be in the final shake-up? And everybody here at the Hawthorns are absolutely delirious. You will actually see the Portsmouth fans, they're celebrating as well, because they think that's the demise of Southampton also. But what a terrific volley that is from Jeff Horsfield. Maybe the goalkeeper should have done better, but nobody really cares here at the Hawthorns. West Brom at the moment are still out of the bottom three.
That was in the 58th minute. At Southampton, it was still 1-1. The fans had enjoyed the break, with survival at that point in their hands. But now the situation has changed again.
If there is a slight hush around St Mary's, it is because news is filtering through that West Bromwich Albion have scored against Portsmouth. Jeff Horsfield at the Hawthorns. And that means that West Brom leapfrog over Palace, over Southampton, over Norwich, and Southampton are back in the bottom three. Rooney, Southampton have to win this game, it seems. Alan Smith, Van Nistelrooy! Is that the end for the Saints? Oh, that could be the killer blow. After 27 years, they are rocking, and they may well fall.
Well, it's amazing how in a minute the whole thing can change. West Brom score, and now Manchester United score and go 2-1 up. You always felt at some stage in this game United would create chances, and on this occasion there's a great little ball in from Wayne Rooney to Darren Fletcher, who stands a superb ball up to the back post, inviting Ruud van Nistelrooy to just peel away and get onto it, which he does magnificently well in that far post area.
2 minutes ago they were staying up. Now it looks very much like Southampton are heading down.
So Southampton are losing. Norwich are all but down and out. Crystal Palace are drawing, but they now needed to win to overhaul West Brom.
Oh, Freeman's got in behind here. Mistake by Al Kakuri. Johnson, can he get it? There's a claim for handball, and it's given. Penalty kick. The handball is given. Fortune. Well, 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 well. Crystal Palace, who've had more penalties than any other side in this league, and Johnson, who's put 10 of them away, presumably to take it. And might it just be the moment for Crystal Palace? How big a penalty is this? He's done it! Palace are 2-1 up, and they can sense salvation. 21 for the season for Andrew Johnson, but that doesn't matter. He was cool hand Luke there. As things stand, Crystal Palace will stay up with this result. West Brom are leading Portsmouth 1-0, that would give them 34. Palace leading here, that would give them 35. Southampton losing at home to Manchester United, 32. Norwich seemingly down and out at Fulham on 33. It's there now for Ian Dowie's side. Here's Kishishev now, as Chan tried to come back again. Oh, was there a pull there on Bartlett? And then a vital save from Karai to deny Johansson in there. That might have been a good penalty shout, you know.
At Fulham, Norwich had started the game with such optimism. But for the team who'd not won away from home this season and had conceded 7 goals in their last 3 matches on their travels, the reality of the situation was beginning to hurt. There was little the fans could do.
It is all in the hands of others now, and for young and old, those who followed Norwich for several decades, and those who are enjoying them in the top league for the very first time. Boamorte, Malbronk, oh, it's a lovely exchange. It's Lewis Boamorte, he's gone too far, but he can tee it up again for Malbronk. Game, set, match. 4 on the back of his shirt, 4 in the back of Norwich's net. Nigel Worthington is down, Delia Smith is down, Norwich are all but down.
Great play, it's great play, it really is. They're punishing Norwich now, they're hurting him. It's a lovely 1-2. Thought he might try the right foot there, Boamorte comes back nice and patient, takes his time. A lot of yellow shirts there, but still Malbronk manages to fight. I think it might be Gary Holt actually got himself back on the line. Great play, good movement from Boamorte. Thank you very much, it's 4-0.
Boamorte. Malbronk, oh, it's a lovely ball. McBride, 5. Thank you, Norwich, good night.
Yeah, it's a great goal, it's a lovely ball through, it's a wonderful finish as well. He deserves it, Brian McBride. His all-round game has been very strong today. It's a good finish, a good feed through from Malbronk. I mean, the Norwich players, I mean, they're treading water now, in all fairness to them, Peter.
Malbronk, McBride, And Cole. Andy Cole. He wants one. He wants one himself, I think. Clark. McBride. Cole! Thank you and maybe goodbye. Half a dozen reasons why Norwich City won't be playing in the Premier League next year. But a goal from Andrew Cole to put a smile on the face of Craven Cottage, a wry, rather woeful smile on the face of Delia Smith and all Norfolk folk.
McBride does brilliant, looks up and spots him, and it's a cute little flick. It really is. He wanted the 1-2 back there, didn't get it, but McBride has a little look there. Squares back a brilliant, brilliant ball for Andy Cole.
So much to be proud about. But today, well, they've melted in the sunshine.
All methods of communication being used to stay in touch with what's going on elsewhere. Radios, phones. Brian Robson said he didn't want to know, and he wanted his team to just get the result that would leave their consciences clear, whatever happened elsewhere. And at the moment his team are going to make a winning end to the season, but it won't be enough unless Charlton can do them a huge favour at the Valley. Kevin Campbell. Scarer's cross. Richardson challenges. Horsfield. Kieran Richardson! And they're still in there with a fighting chance. Kieran Richardson gets the second.
Well, those fans now, while they rejoice in the goal from Richardson, they really are hoping for better news elsewhere, in particular from the Valley. And when that ball came through, I thought there was a suspicion there of offside. It was a wonderful finish, wasn't it? Well, maybe, just maybe, something else has happened, because once again, around this ground, news seems to be filtering through of events elsewhere.
As things stand, a Charlton equaliser would keep West Bromwich Albion up. If it stays like this, it looks like Palace will survive. Sam, Thomas. Fitzhall is there for Crystal Palace. He limps away from the challenge, but I think nothing's going to get him off that pitch at the moment. He wants a bit of treatment, I think. He's not going to get it yet, Fitzhall. That might be a free kick. There was a bit of a rash challenge, to be honest with you, from Legion Wood, and it's given Charlton a free kick in a quite promising position.
Absolutely unnecessary. A little bit over-anxious, Legion Wood, trying to win the ball.
Played towards the back post, and Fortune got there! Well, is that the goal that's going to keep West Bromwich Albion up? 2-2. Late goal for Charlton Athletic. Jonathan Fortune, the defender whose handball had given away the penalty at the other end, scores with a header now. And this, you sense, is vital. And when the news of that filters through to the Hawthorns, the place is going to just erupt, isn't it? Thomas plays it in. Kirai gets it this time.
And that's what he should have done with a free kick. He came halfway, didn't get there. Popovic, I think, left it to him when probably should have still gone for the challenge.
Watson. Palace need another one now. A draw's not going to be enough with West Brom 2-0 up against Portsmouth.
Charlton's fans sat back in the sunshine gloating. No love lost between these near South London rivals.
Routledge feeding it wide. Now Hughes, plenty of Palace players in there, and comes to Freedman. Great save by Kiley. Nearly enough there by Dougie Freedman, who's still wondering how Kiley kept it out.
Falls to Freeman, who has the time to actually bring it down. He elects to hit it on the volley, but it's a brilliant save from Kiley, low down to his right.
So we're into the dying moments of the games now, and at Southampton they know their fate is sealed.
Southampton are going. They're going, and they have gone. Harry Redknapp puffs out his cheeks, shakes hands with one of his closest friends in football and walks down a stadium tunnel, possibly for the last time. Southampton, after 27 years, are out of the top flight of English football.
So Norwich, Southampton are down. Who will be the third team to go? West Bromwich Albion are on the brink of completing the great escape. It's not quite over yet for Brian Robson, because they're anxiously awaiting news from the Valley. Jeff Horsfield and Kieran Richardson, the goal scorers, meaning that West Brom have done all that they can do. They've got the win, but they're waiting agonisingly for news from Charlton.
West Brom have won 2-0. This is the last match in progress, and West Bromwich Albion fans, I'm sure, will be following what is going on here now. Ian Dowie is going to have to face the reality.
I think it's all over here.
Has he blown for the time? He has! He's blown for time. Crystal Palace are relegated again.
And as soon as the Charlton Palace game had finished and word had reached the West Midlands, West Brom's celebrations could really begin.
Yes, it's over! West Bromwich Albion have completed the greatest of great escapes. Seemingly condemned to the drop when Brian Robson took over in November, they have done the impossible. The first team in the Premiership to be bottom at Christmas and yet stay up. They started the day bottom of the table, but thanks to super sub Jeff Horsfield and a second from Kieran Richardson, they have stayed in the Premiership by leaping out of the bottom three, with the other three teams who are in the relegation danger not managing to win. Absolutely remarkable.
They started the day rock bottom. They've ended up fourth from bottom.
We always felt we had a chance, you know, because of the away form of the teams who've been down there, and then obviously Southampton had a real tough game. And we've always felt that the home game we could maybe win. But things have turned out great for us, and we couldn't have wished for anything better.
We were aware that West Brom were winning, so we needed a goal. So we thought we got a goal, you know. And if we'd have held out for another 8 minutes, we might be sitting here and talking a different story. But it is that margins, and they're the little moments of concentration. I talked about it all year. They're one of the lessons we need to be learned. But the group of players I've had have been magnificent throughout. I thought they were tremendous today. They played with pride and passion, and they didn't go down with a whimper. They went down with a roar. And if they continue giving me that sort of performance, you know, then I'll continue to be proud as I am now as their manager.
It's tough, you know. It really is tough. No one wants to get relegated. I really do feel for them. Obviously, it's dog eat dog, and you know, we've come out on top, but you know, you do feel for them. It's a tough division, the first division, and everything changes when you go down. But you know, I really hope they bounce back. You know, and but we're over the moon anyway.
For Southampton, the implications for the club and the players and the fans couldn't be more serious. Norwich went from optimism to humiliation in just 90 minutes. It was such a painful experience.
We had it in our own hands and we've let it go, but that's the game of football. I've got to give credit to the players for their overall work over the course of the season. They stuck at it, and for Norwich to be coming into this position today, the final game of the season, is a great achievement, but we're still desperate.